Hello everybody. What we're going to be doing here today is changing or flushing out the rear brake fluid on this Honda 2007 TRX400EX. Most of your procedures here will be can be used on other quads as well. So this is more of a guide, so you don't have to have this model to do this procedure. What I'm going to show you is most of the flushing that we'll be doing here is from the Honda service manual. So I will be trying to follow the guide they listed out so you could do it correctly without guessing on how to do it. So let's get started. The first step they want us to do is remove the rear seat to get access to the rear brake fluid reservoir. Okay, we remove this seat, and here is the reservoir for the rear brakes. We will be changing out all this fluid. As you can see, it's halfway. I don't know how long this has been sitting in there since I purchased the quad, but I can't take no chances. I would recommend you change out your fluid if you're not sure, or if you have been riding for a few years, it's probably get burnt. So let's get started. Now what I did is purchased a Tusk brake leader kit, basically a check valve that only allows fluid to go this way and not that way. The reason why I bought this is because I'm doing it by myself. If you had a friend to help you, you would not need to purchase this. You would probably just need the hose. You can buy that at your hardwood store for a few dollars. Also, the manual recommends getting .4 brake fluid. Now, be sure you do not purchase .5, even though higher is most likely better. .5 is a different type of fluid. It's a silicone based, and .4 and .5.1 are glycol based. So if you want, you could purchase a .5.1 and it will work in your quad just fine because it is a glycol based brake fluid. Now the difference between 4 and 5.1 is a .4 has a boiling point about 311 degrees, and a .5.1 is about 374 degrees. So you may be asking, why don't I just buy 5.1? So because it could handle a higher temperature. The reason why is because it will, even though it handles a higher temperature, you have to change it more often, because it absorbs moisture into the system, and .4 could withstand moisture intrusion into the system. So basically, just get .4. This is what the manual requires or recommends. Just get this, you won't have any problem. Okay, I just got done assembling the Tusk hydraulic brake bleeder, and what we have here is a little check valve. Arrow's only pointing this way. And we're going to attach that to the bleeder valve, which is up here. Actually, before I do that, I just want to let you know that this instruction video is sponsored by Scott Work Rags in a Box. It's the only way you could do this job if you have those rags. So I have some degreaser here. You should always clean everything you do. As a matter of fact, you should probably wash your quad before you even do this job. Get all the dirt off. You don't want dirt falling in your system, getting into your reservoir. Clean everything as you go. So I'm going to attach that here. Matter of fact, I have a clip here. That's that right on here. a nice tight fit. Okay, that's on there. I also got a 250 milliliter bottle just to catch the fluid as it exits the system. And I don't know how to make it. And also when you do this, be sure your brake fluid is new, as the foil's still sealed. Don't use a friend's that's been sitting around. Go to the store and buy a brand new bottle. I don't care if it's half full and this still looks good. Has to be a sealed bottle. Once we get the system started, what we're going to want to do is make sure we have brake fluid from here through the check valve. We have to make sure it passes here, and once the brake fluid gets up to this point, the system will do it by itself. All I got to do is pump it and add new brake fluid. But the first part is a little bit trickier, and I'll show you how we do that. What we're going to do right off the bat, in order to fill that first part of clear hose, we're going to have to pump the rear brake and then open up that bleeder valve at the same time. And then it's going, as you're doing that, the fluid's going to come out of hose, which will in turn lower this level. You don't want this level to get too low. It'll suck in air, and now you have to get all the air out, which is another big process. So we're not going to let that happen. Open up this bleeder valve, push down on the rear brake pedal while we're loosening this. You see the fluid going up. Once we get it past this check valve, I don't see it past there yet, so what we're going to do, tighten it, release the pedal. Now we're going to pump the pedal, open this up. Okay, now you can see that it's on this side. Now we don't have to keep doing this with the bleeder valve. Matter of fact, I can leave it open right now. And the reason why is because this is going to take, like, kind of like open and close it automatically. It only lets fluid go this way, which is a pretty cool product. Okay, here is the rear brake reservoir. Now remember, you've been riding your quad in the mud and everywhere, so be sure this whole area is clean before opening up the cap. Also, when I take this cap off, there'll probably be dirt on the threads. Let's find out. There is, right there. So just be careful if you have chunks of dirt. Don't get that in the reservoir. I also bought this 50 milliliter plunger. And what I'm going to do with that is to suck out the fluid. You don't have to do this. I'm just trying to give it a head start. Okay, we got quite a bit. So here's the old brake fluid. Now what I'm going to do is pour in the .4 brake fluid. This is a brand new bottle. Be sure yours is brand new as well. Don't use old brake fluid. I'm going to fill this up. Now, I could tell right away, this stuff looks like water almost, compared to this dark. Night and day difference. So I'm going to continue to pump this brake fluid, or rear brake pedal. And what that's going to do is, I'm going to start going down. Okay, I'm going to continue to pump this pedal. You can see that the level's going down in my reservoir. And what you want to do, this is the old brake fluid. So I'm pumping new brake fluid through the lines, through the system, and when I start seeing this go clear, I know all the old brake fluid is out. We can tighten this, and we're done. We'll come back over here, tighten this. That's good. Once that's tight, you can remove your hose. Okay, remove the hose. Get your rubber cap back on. Be sure you keep everything clean as you go. Wipe up any messes you made. The manual states that you should torque this down to 4 foot-pounds. You could just hand tighten it with a wrench, just lightly. But since I said we're going to do everything by the manual, I have an inch-pound torque wrench. So that's 4 foot-pounds, the same as 48 inch-pounds. And there we go. I just torqued it using a dial torque wrench. So this is correctly tightened to the manufacturer's specifications. Put your cap on, wipe up your mess. Make sure all your caps are tight. Get rid of your old brake fluid. Do not reuse it. Put your seat back on and test out your quad. Be sure what you did worked. Make sure it stops. It doesn't feel spongy. You don't have brake fluid running all over the place because you forgot to tighten something. And you are complete. Hope you liked my video. See you later.